Nation. Welcome back to the Daily Slither. I'm your host, DraketheTruSnake. It's Top 10 Tuesday. Now, since this is the last day before we start our Cake Drain History Month completely, today I want to do a kind of pre-Top 10 list in a way, or stuff for that. So this is the Top 10 horror backstory movies. Basically, these are prequels and sequels that went into the backstory of some characters that we know and love. So keep that in mind. Number 10, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Now the reason this is part of the list is because this was the movie that kind of went into Freddy's head and kind of showed a little bit of his backstory of how he became the dream killer and, kind of started with the nightmares. So that's why it's on there. Number 9, Annabelle. This one has not come out yet, but this one seems really interesting. It's a prequel to The Conjuring, and it centers around the creepy doll that was in the movie and how that kind of began the story. So that sounds really interesting. That's why it's still low on the list, but it's still pretty interesting. Number 8, Red Dragon. Some people say this isn't a horror film, that it's more of a thriller, but I think this is a good example of how they started building more of the backstory of Hannibal Lecter, Hannibal the Cannibal. And it's a really interesting story. So, again, that's what I say. Number 7, Prometheus. Most people don't realize this, but Prometheus is actually a backstory to the original Alien. Prometheus was a ship they found in the original Alien that had been taken over. So that's why that's considered a prequel, but it's also kind of a standalone. So it's a really cool kind of process that they went through to make that movie a backstory. So it's a really cool thing they did. Number 6, Hannibal Rising. This is the full backstory of Hannibal Lecter, of what happens when he was younger, how he became a cannibal, why he does the things he does, and the crazy things that led him to become what he is today. And it's such an amazing story, and they handled it really well. It has drama, it has family love in it, it's got action, it's got a ton of stuff in there that I'm sure you guys will love if you haven't seen it. Number 5, Saw 2. Yes, part of the original Saw trilogy that I think is the main ones, their main good Saw films. And the reason it's in this list is because it does go into Jigsaw's backstory as to why he does what he does. He explains to the detective that he was in an accident and he nearly died and he values his life even more, and he's kind of teaching people to value their lives. So that's a really cool way to go into that, because it did flashbacks and him describing it really helped to understand where he was, his mindset. All right, number 4, Freddy versus Jason. Yes, I know, it's a horror fans just dream/nightmare, because it was kind of campy, but it brought these two horror icons together. The reason it's on this list of backstories is two main reasons. At the beginning, they show Freddy as a human and him as the Springwood slasher. And the other one is it shows when Jason Voorhees drowned. Yes, it was in a dream, but it does go into that memory. And I think that was a really cool thing, because you never really saw how that happened until Freddy vs. Jason. And that was a really awesome delve into Jason Voorhees' death. Alright, number 3, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Yes, I know, this is a remake, not a prequel or a sequel. But this movie shows Michael Myers as a child. It shows him having his first murders. It showed what his home life was like. It goes into all these things that they tried to explain in other movies, or they tried to imagine, but the Halloween the remake really made it a solid story that made him seem like a real serial killer, and it made it even more of a tangible story, which I loved, because I love Michael Myers and I love Halloween, so it's an awesome thing. Number 2, The Thing. Now this is not the original Thing from Another World or the first John Carpenter's The Thing. This is the movie that came out a few years ago that tells the story of what happened before the original Thing. this happens because in the original thing, they go to the camp where these people have been terrorized and killed by this creature, and awful things happen to them. And this movie showed exactly what happened and how it happened. And it actually leads up to the opening moments of the original film, which was really cool and I think really interesting because you could watch it the full story unfold in front of your eyes. So that was an amazing thing about that prequel, that it made such an awesome flow. And my choice for the #1 horror backstory movie / prequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. I know a lot of you are going to be hating on this, probably, but this I think is one of the best ones because, one, it tells exactly how Leatherface became Leatherface, why he is the way he is. It shows, the backstory with the meat packing plant. It shows the transition of the family, why they started, becoming cannibalistic and things of that nature. And it makes you feel for the family as well. It's, it's a love-hate relationship with them because you feel for the family, but at the same time you're like, it's not the right way to do things. But I did love that because it gave the family a heart and explained things in the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre that needed to be explained. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this list. If you have any other insights, let me know in the comments or tweet me at DraketheTruSnake, #DailySlither, and I would love to hear back from you guys. Also, let me know how you like the new intro. I started it yesterday with the new season. I've gotten some good feedback, but I want to hear from you guys, Cake Drain Nation, about what you guys think of the new intro. So I will see you guys tomorrow for Whatever Wednesday and the true beginning of Cake Drain Month. I am super excited for this because we're going to go through tons of stuff and it's going to be amazing. So be prepared, be excited. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Remember, Bruce! Come and kick it with the team. The party's over here. Let me show you what I mean. Saying I'm on that 116. Homie, come and get right. Show